In the continuation of studying the PowerPoint tabs, we reach to the View tab. As it is clear from the name, the options of this tab give us access to have a better management and the presentation of slides and our PowerPoint. That the first part is presentation view. That are 5 different options here. That the first one is normal, that it is active by default, that you can see the preview of your slide in one side, and if you select the slide you will see it in a bigger size here. The next view that we talked about it in previous section is an outline view. If you remember, we made the content in a Word file and then we transferred it to the PowerPoint file, and in this section I'm going to explain the outline view for you in another way. To do this, I made a PowerPoint file, a simple presentation file which contains 2 slides, and put in the outline view to explain this part for you. The file that I made for practicing outline view is a simple file with 2 slides that I prepared some lists in 2 slides, but maybe you faced with the question that why the content of second slide is not in the outline view, while the content of the first slide that is the same with the second one is in the outline view. And it is easy to edit that list. Let me tell you here that the thing that I have done to make the content of these 2 slides was that I add the content of the second slide from the insert text box section and created my list in this text box. And actually the layout of my slide was blank, and for typing something I had to do it from adding a text box. When you don't use these layouts of the slides and insert a text box like me, you can't have access to the content of your second slide in the outline view and you can see this content. But for the first slide I select the title and content layout, that I wrote this title in the title section and typed my list in the content, and due to the fact that I used the layout of the PowerPoint, it could read my content and show it in this way in the outline view. And if have any changes in outline view will also apply in your slide, and vice versa. If you change the content in your slide, it will be changed in the outline view too. For example, now I change one option in my list, and as you see, it is changed both in the outline view and the slide. And let me tell you a point about making the list here. Before I talked about bullet points and numberings from Home tab, and let me tell you a point here. I want to teach you shortcut key that if you want to make these indents in the list, as you see I have a title and I have the procedures for the presentation, and then these parts that is clear, that is the sub branch of the presentation procedure, and I made this list by the help of tab key and shift plus tab. Whenever I wanted to move my list forward, and actually I wanted to make sub-branch, I used the tab key, and whenever I wanted to reduce the level, I used shift plus tab. Let me show you, this is a blank slide. Now in the blank slide that has a layout, whenever your slide has this layout and start typing the content, your content will be in the outline view. I enter title here. As you see, when I'm writing the title, it is also changing the outline view. You can change the appearance of your text. Then I click on the content part and start typing the content. And we want to write a list for the components of the presentation views tab. We want to write that what are the sections of the presenter views. One section is normal, the next section is outline view, the next section is slide sorter, notes page, and reading view. Well, we want to say that these 5 sections are sub-branch of the presentation we use. To do this, you can select these 5 parts and use the tab shortcut key to indent the text. And if you want to reset one part, you can use the Shift plus tab shortcut key to delete the indent. And for the bullet points section, the part that you want to change the bullet point, select it and change it from Home tab and bullet point section in this way. So, by the help of the shortcut key of Tab and Shift tab, you can make your list easier. I just wanted to mention this point to make your design easier and faster. In the continuation, we are going to study the other options of View tab. So, let's back to the View tab and Slide Sorter option. Let me open the previous file of PowerPoint which had more slides. You are familiar with the view of Slide Sorter. It will show all your slides in an overview, and the note page view is in a way that if you typed a note for your slide, it will show a preview of your slide above the notes. Let me go back to the normal view, and then if I write a note for the slide. When I go to Note Page View from the View tab, as you see, the note that I typed is here, and we talked about the reading view in previous sections. It will open this kind of view for you, and when you press the Escape key, it will get out of this reading view. I select Normal, and I will explain the next section of view called Master View.